Sri Lanka's most powerful news brand.
A very good evening and welcome to Primetime News, live here on News First with me, Mahina Bongzo.
Good evening, I'm Shayan Rampadi. Let's have a look at your headlines.
Ravi Karunanayake should not exercise any duties as the assistant leader of the UMP until bond investigation concludes. Saleh accuses Mahinda Rajapaksa of shamelessly supporting the flower bud while remaining with the SLFP. Mominul Haq's unbeaten 175 helps Bangladesh against Sri Lanka on day one of the first test.
The committee appointed by the United National Party to study the report of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry into the bond issue has recommended Ravi Karunanayake should not exercise any duties as the assistant leader of the UMP.
A statement by the United National Party reads, "The report of this committee will be presented to the working committee in mid-February." The committee made the decision regarding Ravi Karunanayake based on the Commission of Inquiry report requesting authorities to determine if he had derived a substantial benefit from the lease payments made by Walt & Rowe Associates, an associate company of Perpetual Treasuries Limited. In addition, the Commission has requested authorities to find if the evidence given by Karunanayake to the Commission is incorrect. Taking this into consideration, the UNP committee has recommended that until the Attorney General and the Bribery Commission decides no legal action is to be filed against Ravi Karunanayake, or if such action is instituted and the conclusion of such action is reached, steps must be taken to ensure Ravi Karunanayake does not exercise the duties as assistant leader of the UNP.
Parliamentarian Ravi Karunanayake attended an election promotion campaign in Colombo North today.
Former Minister Ravi Karunanayake engaged in door-to-door visits in Colombo to raise awareness on the upcoming election. He also commented on the UMP's decision with regard to the bond scam. See what happens after the decision. Don't think of those things during election season. The President and the Prime Minister may say certain things, but see what happens in the future.
A public rally organized by the United National Front was held in Mannar today under the auspices of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe.
We strengthen the economy. Sri Lanka recorded the greatest export earnings in 2017, that is $1.5 billion US. We have started development. We have money. All this was possible because the UMP is in power. We create the money. We create the development plans. We have plans to develop Mannar. We hope to develop the Thale Mannar port into a tourist port and one that can extend travel to India. Rashad Baduddin has already obtained the approval of Cabinet for a number of development projects in this area.
Minister Lakshman Kiriyala, speaking in Kandy yesterday, said those who do not vote for the UNP will not be given state funding.
Control of the village must be given to those in power. Is there any point in giving it to the opposition? No, there is no point. They cannot even construct an etiquette. The power is with the United National Party. We are the government's engine and we have 106 MPs. Only we can maintain this government. If you make a person from the UNP your representative, you will receive state funding. If you elect an MP from the opposition, you will not have money to develop the area. Recently, President Maithripala Sirisena said the UNP failed to manage the economy for 3 years and that he will be taking over the reins of the country's economy. You are aware of what has transpired. If we speak about the economy of this country, there are issues pertaining to it with the international debt attached to the economy. You are facing economic problems as a result of this. For 3 years, I let the UNP handle the management of the country's economy. However, as you are aware, the people are facing severe economic problems. Therefore, 3 months ago, under my leadership, I appointed a National Economic Council to manage the economy of this country. For the past 2 years, the economy was managed by the UNP. However, I need to emphasize that from this year onwards, I will take the leadership in handling the economy of this country through the National Economic Council. This is to reduce the cost of living of the people.
Colombo mayoral candidate of the UPFA, Azad Sali, questions as to how former President Mahinda Rajapaksa can ask the people to vote for another party while being a member of the SLFP.
They are asking the people to join the flower bud and vote for the party. But first, you need to take membership of the party and announce that you are the leader of the party before going around making statements. That would be the correct thing to do. It's like a man who eats carrots telling another man not to eat carrots. This is what Mahinda Rajapaksa is doing these days. Everyone should have at least a bit of shame. He continues to remain as an SLFP MP for Kurunegala because he has no shame. What should he have done? He should have resigned from the party. He should have asked his son to resign and asked his gang of thieves to resign as well.
The secretary of the party is someone called Sagara. Mahinda Rajapaksa isn't the chairman, the secretary, the treasurer or the deputy chairman of that party. He isn't even in the party's central committee. He hasn't obtained membership of the party as well. Mahinda gets onto the stages these days like an actor with makeup and says, "Join us." If he is such a brave leader who makes correct decisions, why don't you obtain membership of the party before asking someone else to do it? Be a member of the party before getting onto their stages.
Well, here are some of the other views expressed on the political stage.
They're asking me various questions. They ask me whether I will join them. Shall we join them? They are saying no. Everyone is saying no. Why are the people saying no? They're all fed up.
Mahinda Rajapaksa and Maithripala will join hands. That is what will happen in the future. He says he wants to pinch the government. You pinch a person because you are affectionate towards that person. You became president. Namal Baby also has a future, but that is only with the beetle leaf. Do not forget the symbol of the hand and the symbol of the beetle leaf. There were babies before these babies who forgot the symbol of the hand. Chandrika baby, Anura baby, where did they all end up? They came back to the ancestral home. We are with the correct agenda of President Maithripala Sirisena.
The SLFPers have no reason to vote for the beetle leaf or the symbol of the hand. What has happened? What has happened to the 5 driving forces of the SLFP? They have put monks in prison. The doctors are on strike. The teachers have been forced to kneel. The farmers do not have fertilizer and the laborers do not have food to eat. It does not matter under which symbol they contest.
Can Mahinda renovate the Vava in our village, the Anicut? If you cast your vote for the flower bud on the 10th of February, does that mean that they can establish a government? Will Mahinda Rajapaksa become the president? Or will he become the prime minister? This is a deception, isn't it? Aren't we all going to fall into a trap? They came by foot to Colombo from Kandy. They said that this government will last for only 2 or 3 poor years. Is the future of the people of the SLFP who are not with us?
The backbenchers have received the strength to come forward and speak because President Maithripala Sirisena won the election on the 8th of January 2015. The UNP did not have the majority. The UNP was told to govern under the leadership of Maithripala Sirisena.
They said on the 8th of January that they will establish democracy. The cost of goods will be reduced and thievery will be stopped. The youth in the country believed in this. The educated and the intellectuals believed in it. Before 45 days lapsed after the government came into power, the gang of thieves led by Ranil Wickremesinghe robbed the central bank.
They have robbed as much as they can and they suck the blood out of all of you. Are you going to vote for these people? This is the one who is bringing disrepute to the Aluthgamage family. We do not have rogues in the family.
In the contract signed with GL Piris, it is mentioned the SLFP will be destroyed so that Ranil Wickremesinghe will be able to come to power in 2020. Several of our friends also got caught in this. Basil Rajapaksa is the brain behind this contract. The agreement between Basil Rajapaksa and Ranil Wickremesinghe has been put in place to trap the SLFPers in the village.
A house built by the National Housing Development Authority for a local in the Thalemana Police Division was officially handed over to the beneficiary today. The event was graced by the Inspector General of Police, Pujit Jayasundara.
The housing project for low-income families was spearheaded by the police officers of Thalemana. Previously, 2 houses were constructed under this project.
Ride with Pride, a cycle parade organized by the Sri Lanka Army under the theme "A Healthy Army is a Healthy Nation," set off today.
This cycling event is organized by the Army Cycling Committee and was graced by Commander of the Sri Lanka Army, Lieutenant General Mahesena Nayaka, and top brass of the three armed forces. After 3 decades of war, peace has dawned on this country. This achievement showcases the strength of the military. If this country is to move forward with freedom, the people must be healthy and strong. This does not apply to the three armed forces. It applies to all the people in the country.
Nawam Full Moon Poya is marked today by Buddhists the world over, giving prominence to religious activities.
According to Buddhist traditions and literature, significant incidents took place on Nawam Full Moon Poya Day. Among them are the appointment of Buddha's two chief disciples, Sariputta and Moggallana. Sariputta was appointed to the prestigious position of Dhammasenadipati and Moggallana as Dharma Purohita respectively. To mark Nawam Full Moon Poya Day, a religious event was organized at the Shakyamalakya located opposite the head office premises of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited. Newsfirst participated in the religious observances. The Durutu Mahaperahara of the Kalaniya Raja Mahaviharaya paraded the streets last night. Following religious observances, the Sadatuka Karandua or casket containing the relics was placed atop the lead tusker by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe.
While the Calido beach in Kaluthara has been affected by erosion, several public locations surrounding the Calido beach, including the Kaluthara Bodhya, have also been affected.
Calido Beach in Kaluthara is a tourist hotspot not only among the locals but also among foreign tourists. Calido is a narrow strip of land between the Kaluganga and the sea. With water levels of the Kaluganga increasing during the recent flood situation, the estuary of the river was widened. The area residents and the fishermen charged that the widening of the estuary was not implemented in a proper manner, resulting in the erosion of a 1 kilometer stretch of the beach. The estuary was widened improperly, causing the breakaway of the estuary due to heavy floods. The situation is now a threat to the bridge. Seawater is seeping into the river. The Kaluthara Bodhya, located close to the estuary of the Calido beach, is also under threat, with the Sakman Malua of the temple already damaged due to sea erosion. The waves are now reaching the station and can cause a major damage to the Kaluthara Bodhya. Although a temporary stone wall has been constructed to minimize the effects of erosion, area residents point out that this is a futile effort. The neap tide begins in May and June. The distance between the boatry and the sea is just 2 to 4 meters. The situation could get worse during this time.
Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex and the Countess of Wessex arrived in the country today to attend the 70th Independence Day celebrations scheduled for the 4th of February.
Prince Edward is the youngest child of Her Majesty the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh, who first visited Ceylon in 1954. The Prince and his spouse were welcomed by State Minister of Foreign Affairs Vasantha Senanayake. The 5-day visit of the royal couple will focus on the long-standing UK-Sri Lanka relationship, the Commonwealth, education and young people. The Earl and Countess of Wessex will represent the Queen at the 70th independence celebrations of Sri Lanka. The royal couple will travel to Kandy tomorrow to pay homage to the Temple of the Tooth Relic before arriving at the Peradeniya Botanical Gardens for a special event. They are also scheduled to attend a special performance by students of the School for the Deaf and Blind in Ratmalana on the 3rd of February. The royal couple also visited Third Space Global, a British-owned company which employs young Sri Lankans to deliver online one-to-one teaching to more than 6,000 primary school children across the UK. They were welcomed by its CEO, Roshan Nilavira, along with the senior management.
An inspirational book titled Salvation, written by Arun Pereira, was launched at an event held in Colombo yesterday.
The event was attended by a number of distinguished guests.
I used to give up so many times. Determination is not there in me. I can say the only reason I'm here today is because of God. And the only reason I achieved this is because of Jesus. Thank you to Jesus. When I wrote this book, I was actually thinking about destiny. For anybody or any place to reach its destiny, there is one thing that has to be given first, and that is freedom. Without freedom, we can't achieve our destiny. But freedom of the heart can come through only one thing, and that is through salvation.
The inaugural lecture at the Centre for Astrobiology in Sri Lanka was held at the University of Ruhuna yesterday. The lecture was delivered by renowned astrobiologist Professor Chandra Wickramasinghe.
The new centre, initiated in 2017 under the leadership and guidance of Vidya Jyoti, Professor Chandra Wickramasinghe, hopes to foster interest in and stimulate research in astrobiology, a new subject that links biology and the life sciences with astronomy, astrophysics, space science and space exploration.
Starting up of the Ruhuna Centre for Astrobiology is a milestone in the scientific history of this country. Astrobiology had its origins in Sri Lanka. I developed over the last nearly 30 or 40 years the theory that life is a cosmic phenomenon. The fact that there is a renewed effort in Sri Lanka to continue progress in the search for life and search for life's origins outside of the earth is of monumental importance to this nation and to the world at large.
Just another reminder before we wrap up, you can catch today's complete segment of People's Voice Against Corruption on our website www.newsfirst.lk.
I'm Mahina Bongzel.
And I'm Shayan Jarampati. Good night and take care.